Hey everybody, Brian, Barbados Honey Company, Innisfil Creek Honey, down in Bella Plaine, Barbados, at the bee yard down here. Just looking at some nukes and some hives, seeing what they're doing. We've had a few, I guess, setbacks. It's rained a lot, not a lot of nectar flow. So some of the hives were really weak when they first brought them here. So we reduced them down into nucleus colonies. Try to give them less space to protect so they could hopefully start growing a little better. The had a lot of issues with queens. This one here doesn't look too good. This feeder here, one of the members brought, doesn't like it, but looked like it worked too well. Looked like a whole ton of bees drowned in it. So there's a bunch of this feeder's kind of, I don't know, I would not use it. A lot of dead bees in there. And I guess the way it's built, these floats are supposed to go in there and they're supposed to land on them. Don't look like they worked. Don't look like they worked too well. Looks like about half the population of this hive is gone. This was a nuke. It had a queen in it. Some wax moth moving in there. Just half the bees died. This is a piece of foundation. A little bit of nectar in it. It's a downfall of a lot of these hives are cutouts. So this was a piece from a cutout that was in here. And the wax fell out of the frame. We'll set that there, see if we can find some elastics. I don't even know if there's a queen in this one. The hive, most of the bees were in that feeder, which is a shame. The hive was, not great last week, but at least it was laying and had a queen. Seeing if I can find something in here. Don't see a queen flying around on that one. There's some centipedes, millipedes. I never remember what they are. Centipedes or millipedes in the bottom. There's a wax moth sitting here. In a healthy hive, the hive can look after, make sure the wax moth don't come in. With the population this dwindled, half the hive was dead in that feeder. With the population in this hive dwindled like that, there's no way they can look after the hive. You can look at the amount of centipedes or millipedes that are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clump of bees in the corner here. Maybe there's a queen in there. I don't know. I don't know, Brian. See if we can see something, a queen running around inside there. None of them were on the frames, which is a ton of empty frames, and they're all clumped up in the corner. Looking to see if I can find a queen running around in the bottom of that box. Don't rightly see one. There was no eggs or brood or anything in there. Don't see any down in there. Clumping a little bit down in there, so spread them apart. Don't see a queen in there. I'm going to take a couple of these frames, stick them back in here. I'll come back to this one at the end. You gotta fix that one frame. Kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing here. They haven't been able to do anything in this yard. Wax moth on this one. All in the middle here, all that wax moth cobweb. I'm gonna try to get those bees to maybe go up onto these frames, and then I can take a look at them and see if I can find a queen down in there somewhere. So we'll leave that sitting there for a little bit. Go over to the next one here. See if it's any better. More bees at the front door at least. This here was a really tiny nucleus colony 3 weeks ago. 3 frames, 1 frame of brood basically. And it's been growing really small. Oh, that's a little more promising. Turn the lid over. Bunch of bees on the lid. Set that down there. Look down in. There's bees. There's a bit of, I don't know, looks like they're building comb a little bit. There's a little bit of cross comb there. Take a frame out. See what they're doing. If they're doing. Okay, we got some cap brood. There's the queen right there, walking around. If you can see her. I'll do a real close up if you can see that. She's right there. So we got a queen in here. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna set that frame right there for now. Give myself room to look through the rest of this. So they got a queen. There's a little honey nectar, honey resources here that's capped. So at least they're capping stuff. There's a little bit of brood in there. They're not really building comb. They should have built this out here. Some brood on this side. More here. Doesn't look like they're building anything. There's a tiny bit, that's older stuff. No real nectar coming in, so they're not going to build comb. We've been feeding them, but the feed doesn't seem to be doing too much, just keeping them alive. So that's that one there. Oops, dropped that strip down there. See if I can fish that out. Oh, making it worse. Making it worse. No, I'll have to get that out later. So there's another frame of partial brood. The queen's out there, so I'm not worried too much about crushing her or anything. We'll get that strip out of there. Put that frame back down. This one back down. There we go. There's some nectar in here, so they're bringing nectar in, some brood, young larvae, eggs and stuff in the middle there. A little bit of nectar around the outside edge. And then that is all nectar and honey. But again, they're not really building any comb in there. So we're still, it's still a nuke. They have lots of room to grow in there. So we'll put this back together. Nothing we can do in this one. Gently put that down in there. Make sure the queen's down in the hive. Put an apple strip down in there. It's a new one. That other one's been in there for a couple months. We're not doing anything with these, just trying to get them to grow. So the more we can treat them for mites, the better that is. We will get that lid back on there. And at least we have one. So this one we know has the queen, and it's alive. Not doing much, but it's alive. Head over here. This was a swarm. It was big. Then it declined rapidly. We put it in the box, cut it out, and then put Apivar in it. But then it just declined. It superseded. Population dropped. And again, it was better last week or the week before, whenever that was. And again, it's not. So a little bit of wax moth coming in, and again, that's indicative of the hive's just too small to look after themselves. So the wax moth won't go into the hive if there's enough bees in there. So again, this one here looks like it's toast. The wax moth down here, the larva in there. And again, this one was live last week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And we're just experiencing a huge drop. They get up to a certain size. They look like they're doing well. Then supersedures, population drops, all that. So this hive is gone. So that's kind of depressing. And then the other ones we have are the ones David and I brought. So David and I brought some hives down here, and see where they are. This one is empty. Yeah, this one's empty, just some frames in there. This is one David brought. Let me get that smoked up. And you can see the difference. This is how the hive was a week and a half ago. Very large colony-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames in here. And when they came in a week and a half ago, they had tons of honey resources. It's a frame. It's pretty much empty. It's just some drawn comb. Just some drawn comb in there. Set that down there for now. Frame here, it's fairly heavy. There's some drawn comb in here, a little bit of cap brood in the corner. Population of bees is good. So no queen on that. That's all honey, so I'm going to move that to the outside edge. That frame there was drawn comb, but it was pretty much empty. This again here, mostly honey. Some cat brood. Looking for eggs, see if I can see any eggs. Some eggs up in this corner here. So the queen's laying. Some eggs down in the bottom corner. So that's a good sign at least. Bees starting to get agitated. A little bit of smoke. Take a look at the next one here. Again, that's a full frame of cat brood. Another frame of cat brood. Next one out. So we know there's a queen in here. At least we saw eggs. That's all eggs there. So yeah, so that's nice, nice hive. Doing well. Doing well. Get that back together-ish. Before they get too agitated here. So, verified a queen. They have tons of resources in here. So that's good. They only have 8 frames. So, we have those frames from those hives that are dying out there. Oops. So what I'm going to do, this frame is empty, but it's drawn. I'm going to come back over to this one hive here that had a bit of wax moth in it. Give those bees a second to calm down a little bit. And I'm going to try to find a frame that has some wax moth on it. So there, a little bit of wax moth stuff there. Just trying to save this. So it's a, you know, that much is good on each side. A little bit of cobwebs here. Pull off some of them so the bees don't. Now with a frame like this, it's still sort of okay. We can save it by taking it and setting it in the hive like this. It's between 2 frames, right there. So there's bees on both sides. And this colony has a huge population of bees. So with the amount of bees in here, they'll be able to go into that frame, pull out all the cobweb, kill any larva that's in there, get that out of the hive, and they'll be able to start drawing that comb out to save the foundation. So that'll work. I'm going to take a couple apivar strips. These hives have never been treated. Barbados, you can do sort of quasi-treatment free. The bees are not going to be as, I guess, virile, as productive, because they have to deal with varroa mite levels. But they, over the time of them being here, they have learned how to survive without much of a varroa mite protocol. So they're starting to get grumpy. And that is, I guess, one of their protective mechanisms is they are a lot more aggressive. So they have the ability to go into their hive, and they're very aggressive, so they will protect their hive, which helps the varroa mites, but it hinders the actual working on the bees, so it makes it less comfortable to work on the bees. Because they are a little aggressive, they have a lot of VSH in them, varroa sensitive hygiene, and the other negative is they have a lot of swarming. So the bees, they'll get to a certain size, and instead of building their population in their hive, they'll just swarm as a way of trying to protect themselves from varroa mite or reduce their varroa mite levels. So the colonies are smaller. They don't really get as large as a colony in North America. And you can see now they're closed up, but they're still not happy I'm there. We'll wander around a little bit. My buddy, Small David, just showed up. He's got a couple more nukes that we cut out of locations, out of the garden shed and then out of the roof of the house. So he's bringing them here. I'm waiting for these guys to calm down a little bit. They found my ankles. That's always fun. Try to get them off my ankles. They like to find that little wrinkle crease between your suit and your socks. So that's always fun. We'll smoke the heck out of them. Try to get rid of a bunch of those guys. Then we're going to leave this side here. We're going to start from this end and go up. So we went through that one. we're gonna come down here, try to give those guys at that end time to forgive us. And we'll take a look at this one. No bees at the front door. This one had a queen. She was doing quite well. Then last week we were here, still eggs and stuff in there, but it looked like they've started dwindling. And that's an ongoing issue we've had at this yard, that yeah, they're roaring pretty good. It's an ongoing issue we've had. We moved bees into this yard, and this hive here was great. I brought it to my St. Philip yard, had a laying queen in it, and now queen shut down, not growing. Yeah, I would doubt there's even a queen in here now. So big issue we've had here. Not much in it. Very depressing. And it's just that dwindle and colony collapse. Really don't understand it. All these frames had brood. They had honey. We've been feeding them pollen patties and sugar. And there's the queen. So there's a queen there. A couple hundred bees. Not enough to do anything with. Not enough to do anything with at all. No eggs, but that's not uncommon. No eggs, a queen, 100 bees. They're not eating the feed that much. There's just not enough bees in there to eat it. So that one has a queen, but not much else in there. They're dead, or they will be dead if we don't do something about them. So that's another one that's dwindled and died here, or almost died. My friend Small David, he's smart today. He put his suit on before he came into the bee yard. How are you? Yeah, they're all dead. No, the old ones. So the first one that we had there, it's dead. That one is got bees in it. It looks okay. The swarm is dead. This one has a queen and about 200 or 300 bees. She stopped laying, and this is one of the ones I brought that was doing really well. Yours there, I went through the first one. It's got a lot of brood in it, some eggs and larvae. It was full of honey. There's one empty frame now. There's one frame that's completely empty. They've eaten all the resources out of it. That, I don't know. The ones you have, I don't know, just so we can keep them separate and put them over there. Then we can sort of remember what they were, I guess. This hive here, this one here again was a nuke. We brought it here, put it into a hive. It was growing, started to reduce in size, so I moved it back into a nuke. Then started to grow a little bit. We'll see. I added a frame to this a couple weeks ago of brood just to try to boost the population, because again the population was dwindling. So we'll pull this out, see what it's doing, if anything. Just a little bit of foundation. They've started to draw it, but they haven't been drawing anything forever. And we've been feeding this yard for 2.5, 3 months. And they still don't seem to be growing at all. They don't seem to be drawing any comb. Some cap brood there. A little bit of nectar running around the outside edge. Cap brood there. There's some eggs and little tiny eggs down in this section here. So the queen is laying. That's promising. That's promising. 2 hives promising-ish. 3, I guess. Although that one of David's, it looks like it has less honey resources than it did. This frame here is fairly heavy. Different stages of brood and larva in it. So queen's laying pretty good. Same on that side. These are a little friendlier than the ones that David brought. There's another one there. Huh? Yeah, I try to put them somewhere in the sun, I guess. Or you can even put them down at this edge here. Then they're getting some sun. We're thinking, you know, it's very closed in here. When they brushed it out, they didn't take a lot of the top cover out, so they don't get a lot of sun till late in the day. Could be like they look like they're just starving a lot, even though we're feeding them. It's not, doesn't seem to be enough. So that's 3 frames with brood on them. This one is a little bit of nectar, but it's pretty much empty. So that's a nuke. Still. This frame here, that little bit, I'm gonna bounce those bees off. And this hive over here, it has so much comb in it, no sense putting it to waste. We'll pull this frame out. Oh, that's the queen's in here somewhere, but I don't know what she's doing. We'll try to find a piece of comb here that we can move. There we go. No, that's a half. That's a half. That's a half. That has a little bit of wax moth on it. We'll take this one here. The more drawn, so I'm just trying to look for something that has a little more comb on it. I can take that comb, and these bees won't have to draw it. So I'm going to take this, stick it down in there, put it back together, scrape off my apple bar strip. These here, put that back in. So we have 1 nuke, that's okay. Put that tape. The bees off, put that in. Rock on top. Can find something to do with these frames. We have so many frames laying around here, and the wax moth is just going to destroy the damn things. So did that. That's the one of David's. We added that frame in, but they look like the honey resources are disappearing. It's the second one of David's here. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, that one looked like it too, but like I said, the honey resources were a lot less than they were last week. So it looks like there's not much food, even though we left 5 gallons of sugar. It feels lighter than it did last week. At least there's enough bees to propolize stuff down. The other hives. So this is the one here. It's so tight in. Oh my gosh, yeah, David.
It has to be done on this one.
This one has no frames in it. I got to get some more smoker fuel here. keep this thing going. Get this thing going. There we go. There's some flames. There's some flames. There's a queen in this thing, but like 200 bees. Seems like a waste. I don't know if we have any left.
Yeah.
No, because I only had 1 or 2 left from that last cutout. This one here, it's got no frames in it, so it's all, not no frames, but it has a lot of no frames. So to fix this one, we have to get into it and actually cut all the comb off the lid, because it's a hive. If you look at that, there's 1, 2, if you can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 combs in there, all glued to the lid. That's like a couple-hour job. What I might do with that, there's an idea. What I might do with that, it's got a ton of bees in it, and we have a ton of frames that we need to do something with. Ton of frames we need to do something with, or the wax moth is just gonna fucking destroy everything. So there's 2 there. And what I'm gonna do is under super that one. So I'm gonna take it, try to get the bees to go down. This is that one, looked like it was dead, with only a bit of bees in there and not much else. And not much else. Just trying to see if I can see a queen. I doubt there's a queen in that. There's nothing. So what I'm gonna do is try to round up enough frames. We have a bunch of boxes here. I'm gonna try to find 10 frames. Try to find 10 frames. And I'm gonna put this box underneath. I don't think we're gonna do that today, Dave. What I'm gonna try to do is, we have a whole bunch of frames with no, I just don't want to spend an hour and a half here cutting foundation out and stuff, because there's a ton of bees in there and they're all jammed on all that comb. So what I want to do is load that box up with foundation with drawn comb, and then pick the box up, stick it underneath that, get the bees to start moving down. And then when we do the cutout, there'll be less bees on everything. That hive there's, that first hive of yours is a fun one to work on. They put all that back. We'll we have all this drawn comb that's just, the wax moth is just going to destroy it. So may as well see what we can salvage here. There's 6. There's 6 frames. This is the one with that queen in it that's not doing anything. Nothing at all. So disappointing. So disappointing. That she's just doing nothing. Doing nothing. I don't know. I'm thinking. I hate to throw out, especially when we're trying to make bees. I really hate to throw out a queen. She was laying, so I know she's fertile. Just not enough bees for her to do anything. Trying to figure out what I could do here. This one here, not enough bees for anything. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna shake these guys on the ground. Let them reorient to another hive. Let them reorient to another hive. They're down there. Just so the frames don't go to waste. And load that up with the extra frames we have here. So what we're doing with this, there's 8 frames that are completely drawn out. We take that box, got 1 Apivar strip in it, clean that off, stick that down in there. Got another Apivar strip here. Stick that down in there. Then we're gonna, when I pick this one up, David, you want to put this one on that bottom board, and then I'll put this one on top. This one here is all screwed in. There we go. Why do you do that? They're gonna get mad. This box is screwed in. Let's see if we can get the screw out. Like usual, you don't bring screwdrivers to a bee yard with you. So that side's out. There we go. So we got that out. Oops. We're gonna stick that empty box down below. It's got Apivar strips in it. It's got Apivar strips in it, so at least they're gonna get treated a little bit. Can't get anything in the top right now. Put that on top. Then hopefully the bees in the top, because we're going to have to cut this out. Hopefully some of the bees at the top, next time we come back, will have moved down into here. Where? Yeah. See if I can bend it. There's enough bees in there that I think they'll be fine, but there we go. Broke that screw off. And there's a screw on this side. See if we can at least bend that down a little bit. I'm gonna make them so mad. Banging them around. Banging them around. There we go. So they're down on there now. So the goal is to get these guys moved down a little bit. So when we do the cutout out top, at least there's less bees on those frames. We can come back in a week or so and do that one. And it helps save all that foundation that's down there. You want to throw that back in your car, or you want to keep it here? Put it here? I'll just put that up here for now, just to save it. There we go. So that one's probably got a queen in it because it's got a huge population. That box is pretty heavy. There's laying really well. I put an extra frame in there, but there is now 2 empty frames in that box. Not empty, but just they don't. The one frame, they ate all the honey out of it. So there's no honey, or not no honey. There's less honey than there was last week. St. Philip. From the roof of that house. Yeah. There we go. This hive is, we think, the one we did in St. Philip. Hard to know. Yeah, there's 3. That's my 3. You put more elastics on stuff. I put a lot less elastics in than David does. So this one was a cutout we did from the roof of that house. They're drawing queen cells in there. So they're drawing out queen cells. I crushed 1 or 2 on this side when I pulled. No, I never. I just pulled the frame out. Maybe they got bounced around in transport. Yeah. So they're drawn queen cells. There is some young brood. Yeah. I don't know if I see any eggs, but there's stuff that's 5 or 6 days old.
And that you see them sticking up, form up, and
yeah. Another couple queen cells there. So they're making a queen. We'll try to find another frame to put in there. Should be something down here. Should be something down here. A lot of the frames down here don't have. There we go. There's a frame. Tiny little bit of cobweb stuff in there. But there's enough bees in that hive, they'll kill any wax moth that could be on this. So we'll take that. I shook out that one hive. There could be a queen laying there. Could be a queen laying there. We'll take that frame, shove it down. Oh, I'll move this. Yeah, I don't want to damage those queen cells any more than they are. Let's stick this down here. There could be a queen because there was a queen in that hive, but like 100 bees. So I just shook them out on the ground. Just because the queen, no sense trying to fix the damn thing. Bees clumping back here. But that was basically all the bees in that hive. Just that. Just that. I'm gonna take this back over here and just dump it out. And then get rid of this boss. This is one of yours, David?
Yeah, I think that's somebody.
That's somebody else's? No. It has a number on it. So we'll move this out of the way. Then those bees that think they lived there, they're gonna come to another one of these hives on here. Boost the population a little bit. Get rid of all this equipment. Get rid of all this. There we go. So that hive there, no queen, probably. Or they're superseding her, or whatever. We're gonna leave them there. We got the queen cells drawn on it. They have an empty frame. They have a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're gonna hope that they turn into something. This one here still has tape on it. This is okay. This is the one from that garden shed. Take the tape off it. See what's going on in here. Yeah, population's a little lower than that one. Oh, I don't think I put apple bar in that one over there. Should probably at least treat them with apple bar. We'll get that down in there. There's some bees in here. It's a piece of foundation, nothing on it. Just making sure there's no queen walking around. Here's a piece of comb. They're starting to attach it to the roof, and that was only done on Christmas the 24th. So it's been 3 days, and they've already attached it to the roof of the frame. That's a good sign. This one here, we put Apivar in it when we did the cutout. Next frame. That's the old cap brood on there. See if I can see, getting the sunlight here. See if there's any eggs in there. Don't see anything on that side. Oh, there's an egg there. There's an egg. A couple eggs. Straighten that piece of comb out a little bit. So start drawing it close. So we got one egg. Probably a queen. They're not going to go drone layer that quick. So there's an egg in there. It's probably the queen. Some cat brood. Yep, there's eggs and larvae down in that side. Oops. Look down there, see if we see anything. Eggs and larvae on that side. So, unless I dropped her on the ground, there's a queen in here. No honey resources. No honey resources. A lot of bees on the wall, the floor of the box. They're everywhere. We're gonna come down here to this clump. See if there's a queen in here. There. Just trying to scoop up the bees a bit on the leaf litter. Just in case. I didn't see a queen, but you never know. There's 10 bees left down there wandering around. All worker bees. Huh? Yeah, that strip goes back in. That strip goes back in. So yep, so the queen's in here, which is good. I'll shake off a bunch of these. Clean that stuff back out of here. Put the apivar strip back in. Shake those bees off. This frame, just foundation. We have frames down here that have drawn comb on them. So I'll grab one of those. One of those. The best one. Oh, there's a lot of wax moth stuff on it. That one has a bunch. We'll take this one here. This one here is partially drawn. So better than just giving them a piece of foundation. At least they'll have that. They can start drawing it more. So we have a queen in this one. That one's drawn cells. The two big hives David brought look good. They're heavy. So that one we didn't go through. The other one we verified there was a queen in it. Let's scrape those up. Get those bees up in the hive. Huh? Yeah, the front open now. Front open on that one. Front open on that one. So has a queen, drawn cells, empty. This one's an empty one. Yeah, that one's an empty one. Elastic. This one is good queen, laying well. The population is good, but there was an empty frame. They ate all the honey out of it, and then I put another frame in there, just because it was only 8 frames. So I threw another frame in there that was drawn. And then this one here, we have to do a cutout on this top section. Bottom section has 10 frames in it. Hopefully they'll move in. This one has a queen in it. They're doing okay. And this is where that one is that had that queen in it, but she, this is how many bees were in there, just that many. So you have a hive with, you know, a handful of bees in it. There's no way they can do anything. So I'm gonna take them and throw them in that hive. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're gonna monitor the ones David brought and those nukes we brought. Of the original hives that were here when I got here October 1st, there's none left. That hive there is one of the members brought in, I believe, early November. And it's just maintaining itself. It's been here for almost 2 months. It's still 3.5, 4 frames at most. This hive we moved, it was doing well, really well. It was a 5-frame nuke when I brought it, but a heavy, good 5-frame nuke. And it dwindled away to nothing. This one here was a 5-frame nuke, probably a 4-frame nuke when I brought it. It dwindled, and I added some resources to it, and it's maintaining. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I brought some sugar water with me. They're not doing well with the frame feeders in a lot of the small hives. A lot of the nukes, you can't really put a frame feeder in there. Because if you do, it takes up the space of 2 frames. So you end up with a 3-frame nuke. So we're gonna open feed in the middle. Going to clean up our mess. Clean up our mess, throw some rocks on top of some of these boxes to keep the lids on. Gonna fill up the bucket of sticks here with some sugar syrup to open feed the yard. And that's it. Kind of a disappointing trip to the bee yard. The bees, I don't know. We'll bring this one back, do some more splits out of my hives. We'll clean up the bee yard, get rid of all the junk, organize it a little bit, and see what we can do here. So, okay, anybody have a great day. Brian and
Small Davy
from beautiful Bella Plaine, Barbados. Everybody have a great day.